And lawmakers in Illinois are gathered for the 2026 legislative session. For the next few weeks, this is when bills are written, debated, and sometimes even passed into law. In our first half hour, we looked at a few bills being debated in Iowa, and now we're crossing the river to chat about Illinois. So we have Brenden Moore, Statehouse reporter for Capital News Illinois, joining us now. Brenden, thank you so much for being here with us today. The big news this year is budgets and how they have to be trimmed way back across the board. Why is the governor saying that?
Well, in a word, Shelby, a lot of uncertainty, especially coming from the federal government. We saw last year with the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, some pretty significant cuts to programs like Medicaid, perhaps to food assistance that states rely on to fill their budgets. So there's a lot of uncertainty there. And there's also a lot of uncertainty with the economy. There's been a lot of talk about tariffs and the impact that might have on the state's economy, whether or not there's going to be enough revenue coming in to fund some of the state services. So it's a lot of it's precautionary to make sure that there is enough there in order to pass a balanced budget.
Okay, so in the face of all of this uncertainty, Governor Pritzker is asking basically everyone to cut back on budgets this year. One group, though, that's already pushing back on this and they want a higher budget is Illinois' Higher Education Board. What are they asking for?
Yeah, they're asking for a 4.6% increase in spending over the current fiscal year. They're probably not going to get it, though, if some of the signals that are coming out of the administration are accurate. In the current fiscal year, the governor asked for, or is going to hold back about $500 million in spending in this budget, and that includes about $30 million for the Board of Higher Ed. So it's not looking great for really any agency that wants a big increase in their line item. It's really, you're probably going to be lucky to stay steady given a lot of this uncertainty and given some of the projections that show that we may have a deficit next year and certainly into the years after that.
Okay, well, we're talking about tightened budgets on a state level, but we can zoom this down to an individual or a family level. I mean, both Democrats and Republicans and Illinois lawmakers are focused on affordability this year, but they really differ on how to get there and what that means. So what is each side focused on?
Yeah, affordability is the real buzzword in Springfield this year. We're going to hear a lot about it. The governor is going to give his budget address in a few weeks and undoubtedly will address that issue. But again, going back to some of those budget concerns, that really may limit what lawmakers are able to do to provide some relief to folks. Remember back in 2022, when the governor was last on the ballot running for reelection, they passed several one-time tax relief measures, such as suspending the grocery tax and suspending the gas tax, property tax rebate. I think they're going to be a little more limited in what their options are. Republicans are also talking about some of focusing a little bit more on the tax burden in the state. Obviously, Illinois has one of the highest property tax burdens in the country, and obviously sales tax is pretty high in many localities. So they're focusing on perhaps reducing the tax burden on folks, but again, a challenge when state budget is already tight, and any reduction in revenue will make that even more difficult.
Well, Brenden, really quickly, I mean, you say this is something that lawmakers on both sides agree on. Wouldn't this be something that maybe you could see bipartisan support on, or what are you hearing from your conversations?
Yeah, I mean, anything is possible. I think that under the dome, there's a lot more bipartisanship than sometimes gets portrayed in the media. They can probably come together on some items. Last year, a couple of years ago, they got rid of the statewide grocery tax, the 1% grocery tax, and that was a bipartisan vote. So could definitely see something happening, but a lot of right now, it's a lot of buzzwords, and we haven't seen a lot of concrete proposals. So until then, it's we're just going to have conversations, and I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
Well, before I let you go, we got to talk about elections for just a second. How is the race for Senator Dick Durbin's seat shaping up?
It's starting to heat up a little bit. We're about 6 weeks out from the primary. Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy's been the front runner. He's been leading in the polls, leading in fundraising. But watch out for Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton and Representative Robin Kelly. They are going to be coming on the air in the next few weeks, getting some television ads up. So their name recognition is going to go up. Governor Pritzker just dropped $5 million in support of Stratton through a super PAC. So we're going to start to see, I think, it heat up a little bit more. This issue of immigration has really animated a lot of folks. It's been a big topic in their debates. So the next 6 weeks should be interesting, and pretty sleepy race so far, I think, is about to heat up.
And you'll be there to cover it all. Brenden, thank you so much for joining us here today from Capitol News, Illinois.
Shelby.
And for you guys at home, we have our political coverage for both states up on our website. You can find the latest stories underneath the As Seen on TV tab.